Yo, we are back with another reaction. If you're watching this right now, if I finish the edit, this is dropping on 404 day. And Roland came out with an update 5.0. We're going to reaction to see what it is. I'm crossing my fingers for a couple things, but the main thing that I want, as many of you may or may not know, is sidechain. So let's see what they did. I would say this is the machine that literally was the most important musical equipment that I bought in the last 5 years. If it wasn't for this machine, I wouldn't be a YouTuber. Literally, I did the video with the cassettes, chopped it up on the SP, got my watch hours up, and I got monetized solely off the strength of the SP-404. So I'm kind of indebted to this thing. I use it for literally every single. As a matter of fact, I'm using it right now. I use it as my audio interface when I'm doing videos. Even if I'm not doing a video on the SP-404 about its features, I'm using it as an audio interface. Right? It's always on. So with that being said, let's go over to Roland's YouTube at least. So here we go, SP-404 MK2 version 5.0 firmware up.
Hi guys, my name is PJ Bridger and today we are going to be looking at the version 5 update for the SP-404 Mark II. This firmware expands the SP's functionality, adding high-level integration with Serato DJ Lite and DJ Pro, turning the SP into a powerful DJ controller. It also offers hands-on control over Serato Studio, making it easier to tap into the powerful software features for expanded sampling, beat making, and performance. As always, there's loads to go through, so let's get started. First of all, make sure you have the latest version of Serato DJ Lite or DJ Pro installed on your computer. A lot of the features of the update work with Serato Lite, but you will need to upgrade to Serato DJ Pro to access some of the more advanced features. Once you have the software installed, open Serato DJ and use a USB-C cable to connect your SP to the computer.
Okay.
When you connect the SP to the computer, it will be automatically detected.
Okay. I guess that's cool for DJs, I guess. Actually, no, because I'm a DJ, and the last thing I would do is DJ with my 404. I have turntables here, or I'll use a controller. I'm kind of confused about that because the whole point, I don't want to say the whole point because I can only speak for myself. But when I use the 404, yes, sometimes I use it in tandem with Ableton or, other machines, Koala. But for the most part, I want it as a standalone machine. So if I have to plug it into a laptop, especially to do live sets, if I'm going to do a live beat set, then I'm going to go standalone. If I'm going to do a DJ set, I'm going to use Serato and a DJ controller so that I could have turntables. But let me not judge too early.
Displaying a confirmation in orange at the bottom of the software window. When you see the software mixer controls disappear in the Serato software, this means the controller has been connected. As you can see from the SP screen, it has now changed to the Serato DJ mode. You can now use the value knob on your SP to move through your Serato music library. The bank buttons D and E will move you forwards and backwards within the software. You can load a song to deck 1 by using bank button A, and bank button B will load a song to deck 2. You can also use the bank button C to sort your library by BPM, and Shift and C to sort by song name. So let's load a song to the right deck and the left deck using the SP controls. As you can see, the pads in this mode have changed to different colours and they all have new functions. These functions are indicated by the icons inside the pads in the small boxes.
Okay.
It is best...
Let me fast forward because I get it. It's a DJ controller. I get it.
...to be heard in the head.
I personally would never probably, I would try it just because I already own it. But I personally don't even use DJ mode. I know it's dope and whatever. All right, let's go SP effects.
We can still use our SP performance effects whilst in Serato DJ. To activate your effects, it's exactly the same way as you would if you were just using the SP standalone. The one big difference is that because we have two different tracks in Serato DJ, you need to use the bus effects selection controls to assign our effects. For example, bus 1 will add effects to deck 1, and bus 2 will assign effects to deck 2. So if we wanted to use the SP hardware...
I literally don't care about this at all. Like, literally. I'm a DJ. I'm literally a DJ. I guess it's just like why would you put so much effort towards people that would want to DJ with the SP and then have them having to use an external source to DJ from? Like, DJ mode is cool. Like, I know some people that use it when they do their beat sets or whatever, but why would I want to DJ from this thing? Like, and it just keeps going on. I thought they added
on
new
deck 2,
effects.
we would press the bus effects button and make sure bus 2 is selected. Now the SP effects will be assigned to deck 2.
And then you got to do 3 Hadoukens, you know what I'm saying? A fatality and the contra code to get unlimited guns. Like, bro, what? What? Bro, okay, sampler modes. I'm still...
You can still access any sounds you have loaded into the Serato sampler by pressing the sub pad. On the top 8 pads, you can now trigger your Serato sampler slots.
It's a controller. This is a 17 minutes telling us how to use a DJ
One of the
controller.
really cool features of Serato DJ is being able to analyze your track and separate it into stems. This allows you to add and remove different elements of your track. For example, I will press pattern select to enter stems mode. And as I press pads here, you will hear different elements of the track being removed. The bottom track is the drum track, then you have the bass, and then the melody, and then the top track is the vocals. And as you can hear, Serato has recognized that the beatboxing is a vocal track. This allows you to mix and match things.
I'm really trying to figure out what the use case is for this. Stems, okay. Serato has stems already. So of course you can access stems with the SP, hot Q mode. This is going to be a shorter video.
If we press the pattern edit button, we can enter hot Q mode. In this mode, the pads on the left-hand side add cue points for the left-hand deck, and the pads on the right-hand side add cue points for the right-hand deck. As you can see, I already have a cue point here installed. If you want to add new cue points, just press a pad. If you would like to remove a cue point, hold.
I would actually prefer to DJ with just my laptop and no controller than to DJ on this thing. Because at least if I'm doing just like internal mode, I still have access to all my keyboard shortcuts. I have a trackpad on my laptop. What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, bro, this whole video is about Serato.
If you are using Serato DJ Pro, you will have access to the roll beat and jump mode. If we press the roll button, we can enter this mode, and here we...
I can't do this, bro.
To use your SP with Serato Studio, connect to your computer running Serato Studio via a USB-C cable, and you will see the Serato logo appear on the SP screen. If it is connected, you will see the connected message on the SP screen. So here we are with a blank setup of Serato Studio, and we can now use the SP to control the program and load sounds. So we can navigate up and down in menus by using the value button, and if we want to go backwards and forwards, we use the value button whilst holding Shift. So we're in our audio samples, and I'm going to choose our kicks folder. And we can now audition some kicks. When you found a sound you like, you can load it to a pad.
Okay, that is way more, that's useful. I'll give you that. If somebody that uses Serato Studio, like I used to use Serato Studio, so if you can control most of it and see how this helps for Serato Studio users to get away from the computer and do more of this stuff on the hardware, which is, I thought, was the whole purpose of a machine like this. Right? Am I bugging? The whole point is to use this more than the computer. Why would I want to be attached to a computer in order to be able to DJ when I have DJ mode internally? Yeah, you could do more, obviously stems and actual Serato, but this thing is so limited when it comes to being able to DJ. Like, anyways, this could be useful though. But it's so specific to Serato Studio users. I don't use Serato Studio anymore. It's a dope program. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing program. It was the program I went to before I went to Ableton, and I made a lot of beats in Serato Studio. And I got my homeboy that still uses it to this day. A couple people I know still use it to the day, but
by just pressing the pad. You will notice the pad is now mirroring the color of the sample pad in Serato Studio. And when we press that pad, it will trigger a sound. If you would like to remove the...
But also, I never tried it with Serato Studio, but if you guys are subscribers to the channel, if you're not, subscribe. But I already used my SP as a controller for Serato Sample. I don't use Serato Studio, but I already use it as a controller for Serato Sample. You guys seen me do it. I've done tutorials on how to do it. And you literally just plug your USB in, and it's a MIDI controller. Yeah, you might not have access to all the buttons, but you have a computer. You're attached to a computer. So I don't need all the buttons to do stuff when I'm attached to the computer. Like, it just really doesn't make
the
a lot
sound,
of sense.
press Shift and press the pad again. So now I have some drum sounds loaded up.
Like,
if I now press the
Start
End button, it will start the scene playing in the software. And I'm going to go into the software and turn on the metronome.
Okay, they got transport controls, but then you have to go.
We can now practice with our sounds, and when you're ready, you can press.
But then you have to go to turn on your metronome. It's like you're not really staying away.
The record button to start recording.
Like that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I get it. It's a controller.
If you press the gates button, mutes the decks.
Mute it.
Pad to have a
you
sample.
can mute stuff. Okay. Okay. Well, let me
using the control knobs. And C3 will change the tempo of your sound.
I'm not going to use this.
Sounds we have loaded into our SP hardware. Skip back whilst in Serato Studio mode.
That's dope.
So if I press Mark now, we can now take our Serato Studio project as audio and save it to a pad on the SP, where we can continue to work on it further.
Can't you already do that in every other DAW with the SP? I'm pretty sure you could always do it. If you have the external source on and you play something in Ableton or whatever, I'm pretty sure you could just skip back and record it. Like, this is not, none of these features are pretty, and that's the last tab. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a very underwhelming update, especially for the 20-year anniversary of this machine. Like I said, I already use this thing for everything. I was just hoping for like maybe some more effects. Yeah, side chain. Like that's, I'm pretty sure if you go into any forum, any comment section, that is the number one requested thing. And I understand when people say, oh, Koala can do it. Why can't this do it? Koala's a $10, $15 app. I understand that the device that you're doing it on is not a $15 device. It's $1,000 iPhone or whatever phone, iPad, whatever you use. So I understand that the computer in the iPhone is a lot more sophisticated than the computer in the SP-404. I understand that. But you have a compressor in there already. You have empty slots for effects still. So all you'd have to do is have it as, so you can only make it so that it can only be a one pad trigger. So for example, if you have your beat playing, you go to one of your bus effects, and then you go to sidechain, and it would ask you for a sidechain trigger. For example, if your kick is on pad 1, you say, okay, pad 1 will be the trigger. So whenever the threshold of this, when this hits, it ducks everything else to, and then you have another compressor in there. You already have a really dope compressor in this thing. I'm pretty sure you can trigger it by a threshold. I'm pretty sure you could do that. I don't understand why. And for it to be such a big jump, like version 5, this is not 4.07 or whatever they're on right now. I don't feel like this is enough for the people that actually use this thing for what I feel it was made for, which is to make beats and do live sets with. I feel this is very underwhelming. I got Stockholm syndrome. I'm going to continue to use it. I love this machine, but you know, we were just expecting a little bit more, and I'm very underwhelmed. I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use Serato. Never, never. And the rest is bug fixes I see, which is, you know, obviously as you should. You should fix the bugs, but this ain't it. This ain't it, Roland. I'm sorry. I'm not sponsored by them. I paid my hard-earned money for this machine. I love the machine as is, but I don't feel like anything was added for 404 day. You know, it's marketed as a damn near beat-making holiday. I thought that there would be more. Sidechain. Peace.